What is an underrated life hack that almost no one uses? The toothpaste headlight polish. If you've ever noticed your car headlights starting to look cloudy or yellowed, you know how bad it can make the whole car look. And worse, it actually dims your lights. I thought the only fix was buying a pricey restoration kit, but then I found a hack hiding right in my bathroom. Toothpaste. I kid you not, a dab of regular white toothpaste, not gel, no fancy beads, and a soft cloth are all you need. Just rub the toothpaste onto the headlight in small circles for a couple of minutes. Then rinse it off with warm water and dry it. The mild abrasives in the toothpaste gently polish away the oxidized layer without scratching the plastic. The first time I tried it, my dull, foggy headlights turned clear again in 10 minutes flat, and I didn't spend a cent. It's completely safe, doesn't damage the lens, and you already have everything at home. Now I do it every few months, and my car looks brand new at night. It's one of those underrated fixes that feels like a secret detailer's trick. You'll never look at toothpaste the same way again. The coffee filter screen cleaner. Touch screens always seem to collect fingerprints faster than you can wipe them off. I used to grab tissues or microfiber cloths, but they either left lint or streaks that made things worse. Then someone told me about using a plain coffee filter, and it's honestly genius. Coffee filters are made from lint-free paper that's just coarse enough to pick up oils without scratching glass. All you do is take a dry filter and wipe your phone, tablet, or laptop screen in gentle circles. No sprays, no cloths, no smudges. It works perfectly dry, but if you want a deeper clean, you can lightly mist the filter with a tiny bit of water or diluted vinegar. The first time I tried it, my screen looked like it came straight out of the box. No streaks at all. It's 100% safe, uses something you already have, and it costs practically nothing. Now I keep a stack of filters at my desk, and every time I clean my screen, it feels brand new again. It's such an underrated hack that once you try it, you'll never go back to microfiber cloths again. The coin battery tester. You know that moment when your remote stops working, and you're standing there wondering if it's the batteries or the remote itself. I used to just replace the batteries and hope for the best, which wasted money and left me with a drawer of maybe dead, maybe not, batteries. Then I found this underrated trick that almost nobody uses. Grab a single coin. All you do is stack the batteries you want to test, positive to negative, and gently touch both ends with a coin, like a bridge. If the batteries are still good, you'll feel the coin warm up slightly within a few seconds, because the small current flows through safely. If nothing happens, they're done. It's not dangerous, doesn't shock you, and won't damage the batteries. It just uses simple conductivity. I tried it once with some dead AAs, and to my surprise 2 of them still had plenty of juice. I put them back in a TV remote, and they worked like a charm. Now I never toss out batteries until I check, and it saved me a ton of waste. It's so simple, costs nothing, and yet almost nobody seems to know about it. The sticky note crumb collector. Cleaning crumbs out of a computer keyboard has to be one of the most annoying chores ever. You shake it, you blow air, you poke at it with cotton swabs, and still little crumbs stay wedged between the keys. I used to just give up and live with it until I stumbled on a ridiculously easy hack, a sticky note. You know the sticky strip along the top? Slide that gently between the keys like you're flossing, and it picks up crumbs, hair, and dust in seconds. The adhesive is just tacky enough to lift dirt, but not strong enough to damage the keyboard or leave residue. I tried it first on my laptop, and I swear it felt like magic watching the gunk stick to the paper as I pulled it out. It's 100% safe, you don't need canned air or special tools, and it's way faster than anything else I've tried. Now whenever my keyboard gets gross, I just grab a sticky note from my desk and clean it in under a minute. It's one of those hacks that's so clever and underrated that once you try it, you'll wonder how you ever put up with crumbs in your keys. The Ice Cube Trash Saver. Have you ever opened your kitchen trash can and been hit with that awful, sour smell, even if the bag isn't full yet? I used to light candles or spray air freshener, but it never really solved the problem. Then I learned this weirdly simple trick. Toss a few ice cubes with lemon slices into the trash bag. As the ice melts, it releases just enough water to break down gunk stuck to the sides of the bag and the bin, while the lemon neutralizes odors. It won't damage the bin, doesn't attract pests, and it keeps everything smelling fresh without chemicals. The first time I tried it, my trash can actually smell clean. And the bonus is when you go to take out the bag, it doesn't stick to the sides from dried food. Now I keep a little stash of frozen lemon cubes in my freezer just for this, and I haven't had to scrub the trash can nearly as often. It's safe, cheap, and so underrated that you'll be annoyed you didn't know about it sooner. The Nail Polish Screw Sealer. Loose screws on household items used to drive me insane. Chair legs wobbling, cabinet handles coming loose, glasses screws backing out. You tighten them, and a week later they're loose again. I almost bought special thread locker until I found this little hack: clear nail polish. You just dab a tiny drop onto the screw threads before tightening it, and once it dries, it holds the screw in place without gluing it permanently. It's completely safe, invisible, and doesn't damage the material. I tested it on my glasses, which used to lose a screw every month, and they haven't budged in over a year. I've since used it on kitchen cabinet pulls, door handles, even a wobbly table leg, and it works every single time. The polish adds just enough grip to stop the screw from loosening, but you can still unscrew it with a screwdriver if you need to. It's the safest, cheapest version of thread locker, and most people already have it lying around the house. Seriously underrated and insanely effective. The Salt Pan Smoke Stopper. You know when you're cooking something in a frying pan and suddenly the kitchen fills with smoke? The oil splatters, the pan scorches a bit, and before you know it the smoke alarm is screaming. I used to panic and crank open every window, but then I discovered a hack that works instantly. Plain salt. If your pan starts to smoke, sprinkle just a pinch of table salt directly onto the pan surface. The salt absorbs the hot oil and lowers the smoke almost immediately, without ruining the food. It's safe, it won't scratch the pan, and it doesn't change the flavor. I tried it once while searing chicken, and to my surprise the smoke died down in seconds and never came back. It felt like a total lifesaver. No alarm, no chaos, no burnt taste. Now I keep a little salt shaker by the stove, not just for seasoning, but as a smoke extinguisher. It's underrated, safe, and so ridiculously simple that it feels like kitchen sorcery. The Tissue Box Bag Dispenser. Plastic grocery bags always seem to multiply out of nowhere. I used to stuff them in a drawer or under the sink, and every time I needed one, I'd pull out a chaotic, knotted pile. Then I discovered this brilliant but underrated hack: reuse an empty tissue box as a bag dispenser. You just fold or roll the bags loosely, stack them inside, and pull them out one by one like tissues. It keeps them neat, compact, and easy to grab without creating a mess. The cardboard box holds its shape perfectly, it won't rip, and it looks way tidier than a giant plastic bag stash. I tried it once with a square tissue box, and now I have organized bag dispensers in the kitchen and the car. It's safe, free, and recycles something you'd normally toss out. Honestly, it's one of those fixes that's so obvious in hindsight but somehow almost nobody actually does. The Chalk Closet Dehumidifier. You know that musty smell that sometimes creeps into closets, especially if they're packed with clothes or if the weather's been damp. I used to toss in store-bought deodorizers, but they'd lose their scent in days and never really solve the problem. Then I found out about a hack so simple and underrated it almost sounds fake: chalk. Just hang a little bundle of plain school chalk tied up in a breathable bag, or even slip a few sticks onto a shelf. The chalk naturally absorbs excess moisture from the air, which is what causes that stale smell in the first place. It's completely safe, doesn't damage fabrics, and costs basically nothing. I tried it in a closet that always smelled like a wet towel, and within a week the difference was unbelievable. Fresh, dry, and no more mustiness. The best part is chalk lasts for months before you need to swap it out, and you don't have to worry about chemicals or artificial fragrances. Now I keep chalk in closets, gym bags, even the trunk of my car, and it works like magic every time. It's so underrated that most people don't realize the answer to their damp closet woes is sitting in a kid's pencil case. The Freezer Sheet Pan Trick. If you've ever tried to freeze fruit or bread, you know the pain of pulling out a giant frozen clump later. I used to toss things straight into a freezer bag, and then I'd end up chiseling apart strawberries or breaking muffins just to get one piece. Then I stumbled across this underrated hack: pre-freeze items on a sheet pan. All you do is spread whatever you're freezing, berries, sliced veggies, cookies, even leftover pizza, on a baking sheet in a single layer, stick it in the freezer for an hour or two, then transfer them into a bag or container. Because they froze separately, they don't stick together, and you can grab exactly the amount you need anytime. It's completely safe, doesn't change the flavor or texture, and it saves so much waste. The first time I tried it with blueberries, I was blown away by how easy it was to just pour out a handful later for oatmeal instead of smashing a frozen block. Now I use it for everything, and my freezer feels more organized than ever. It's one of those quiet genius tricks that barely anyone talks about but makes everyday life so much smoother. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.